What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it is time for one of my favorite annual traditions, that being the NHL Players Association annual players poll, where we get to hear directly from the players, basically like every single player in the NHL, on things like who's the best player in the NHL, who's the best goalie in the NHL, what are some rule changes that you might want to see, what's the best away arena to play in, who's the most underrated player in the NHL. If Alexander Barkov can win like his 10th straight title of that, we're going to go through it. And yeah, this is just a really fun exercise. 663 players were asked. So yeah, like basically every single player in the NHL. I got this one spoiled for me, but the goalie right off the rip, because as soon as you click on it, it's there. They still got Andrei Vasilevsky, even though Connor Hellebuyck is on the precipice of winning back-to-back Vezinas in 5 or 6 seasons. I'm going to be honest, I understand this, considering the fact that Vasilevsky and Shesterkin have had those legendary playoff runs, especially of late. Versus Hellebuyck did not play very good against the Colorado Avalanche last year. I still think Hellebuck's the best goalie in the NHL, but if you needed one for a Game 7 in the playoffs, it's understandable. If he goes on a deep run, even if he just makes the Western Conference Finals and Vasilevsky doesn't win the Stanley Cup or something like that, I think next year in this poll, we'd probably see Hellebuyck overtake him. But yeah, Vasilevsky this year has been a no doubt top 3 goaltender, arguably been better than Hellebuyck the last 2 months or so. So it makes sense. Shesterkin's still very high. He's not the reason why the New York Rangers are missing the playoffs. UC Saros being at 4.4% is a little bit surprising, though. Kind of been average the last 2 years. Bobrovsky makes sense considering his playoff success, and even last year he was a Vezina finalist. But yeah, Saros is interesting. I would definitely have Linus Ullmark ahead of him at this time. But you can make an argument for the 5th or 6th best goalie in the NHL. Best overall forward. For a while, even 2 to 3 years ago, it was still Sidney Crosby. I think once McDavid had that 153-point season and the playoff success last year, he's now pretty easily the best overall forward. There's an argument for McKinnon because he's been better the last 2 regular seasons. But when you have the best playoff run of the 21st century individually, you're still the best forward in the NHL. Kucherov getting love. Love to see that. He does get underrated a little bit relative to superstar status. Everybody knows that he's great. But good to see, I'm sure last year, him and Crosby were probably neck and neck. And then Kaprizov getting love. Leon Draisaitl, I understand it's tough because if you're not, no one's picking Draisaitl over McDavid, so he probably didn't really get any votes. But I think if you asked McDavid voters who's better, Draisaitl or Kaprizov, they'd probably go with Draisaitl. So that makes sense to that degree why Draisaitl, who is a consensus top 4, top 3 player, is not on this. No Austin Matthews love. Understandable after a bit of a down year with injury, but he scored 69 goals last year. Cale Makar checks in at 71%. Makes sense. Quinn Hughes has been, in my opinion, on a per-game basis better the last 2 years, but Cale Makar is a well-deserving Norris Trophy winner this year, on top of having the playoff success in 2022, and last year had 15 points in 11 games. The players value their playoffs. They value their playoffs, not the regular season success. Roman Josi, Victor Hedman, makes sense. Big playoff track record, and he has been very good this year. Adam Fox getting some love. Like to see that. Surprised maybe nobody sprinkled in some Zach Werenski votes after the season that he's had. But yeah, makes sense. I expected Cale Makar to win it pretty heavily. Most complete player, Sidney Crosby. Okay, this is what I was talking about. The most complete player. I mean, the most complete player, in my opinion, is just the best player in the NHL. Connor McDavid is not bad defensively. He's actually been pretty good in prior years. I would have him as the most complete player. I would definitely have Barkov over Crosby. I'm not trying to shit on Crosby, but I feel like this is just a legacy kind of thing. He's not even not that good defensively anymore, if we're going to be honest. Austin Matthews getting some votes. Anze Kopitar still elite defensively. Yeah, he's probably won this for maybe next year's the year they'll finally fall off. Or not fall off, but they'll finally give it to Barkov. But he's probably won this if they've been doing this for as many years, 15 years. He's probably won it every single season. Best playmaker, Nikita Kucherov. Makes sense. What this guy brings, especially on the power play, his deceptiveness, is awesome. You're not going to see me disagree with that in terms of just playmaking and passing. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl getting some votes, Panarin, and then Crosby still. If you need a face-off to win, who would you pick? Okay, this one I probably would agree with, the Sidney Crosby. Been there, done that. Mr. Consistent, can win you a face-off. Jordan Staal getting some love. I like to see that. Doesn't have much left in the tank offensively, but still one of the best defensive centers in the NHL and damn good at face-offs. John Tavares not getting any votes. He's awesome at face-offs. Look at me showing love to John Tavares. Thought he would maybe get some votes. Who's the smartest overall player? I'm not going to disagree with that in terms of Crosby. He's just known for maybe the highest hockey IQ of all time. Nikita Kucherov, Connor McDavid. I'm trying to think, who else would I have in this? I would maybe give Kaprizov some love. I would maybe give even Draisaitl some love in this. but I'm not gonna disagree with this top four. Adam Fox getting some respect. Adam Fox, not the most skilled athletically in terms of his skating ability, but yeah, his high IQ is the reason why he's such a good defenseman. He doesn't pop, but he always makes the right decision, it seems. Who's the best overall skater? Connor McDavid. Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Cale Makar, what he can do at the blue line is special. Jesper Bratt getting some love. I really like to see that. He, outside of Connor McDavid and McKinnon, probably the best player in transition. Him or his teammate Jack Hughes. They're just nuts. Who has the best fashion sense? Ooh, we got a tie. Pasta versus Matthews. Yeah, I think when you think fashion, you think these two. With Nylander also up there. Patrick Laine. Laine goes a little bit too bold for my taste sometimes. Rupe Hintz solid as well. The Europeans, man, they know how to dress. They know how to step out. Who would be a good broadcaster once they retire? Yeah, Kevin Hayes makes sense. He's been on Spin Chicklets a bunch of times. Ryan Strome, Brad Marchand, I could definitely see him on a TNT panel in a couple years. Patrick Maroon probably will be on the TNT panel this next year. Eric Johnson would be awesome. Eric Comrie, like, you got to look at this guy's interviews. He's an electric factory, just so authentic. It's so interesting. Like, peak goalie in terms of, like, just the character. Which PWHL rulebook change would you like to see? Okay, this one's very interesting. The jailbreak. Basically, if you get a shorthanded goal, the penalty's over. I think that this one easily should have won out, though. This is like the least controversial. It easily should be 3-2-1 0-point system in terms of the fact that an OT shootout win is only 2 points, a regulation win is 3 points. I think everybody can get behind that. I know, like, oh, the records would be different. Guess what? The records are already a little bit wonky because there used to be ties in the NHL, and you could adjust it based on what happens. Like, I think 3-2-1, that's perfect. That is perfect. I wouldn't hate really any of these getting put into place. The shootout one, you can go as many times. First place finisher chooses playoff opponent. I'd be down for that. Getting rid of the trapezoid, sure, go for it. But yeah, I think this one is, we saw them test it out. It was the NHL run event, the Four Nations face-off. They did the 3-2-1-0, so hopefully that means it's coming soon. Jailbreak, I don't love it compared to 3-2-1, but still a very good thing. PWHL, forward thinking. I love it. Which arena has the best ice? Yeah, the Bell Center is awesome, man. Rogers Place, Canadian Life Center. And that is the poll in its totality. No UBS Arena? Are we freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no underrated. God damn it. Shit. There's no Barkov, most underrated player. I guess they just stopped doing this because every single season they voted for Alexander Barkov. I'm very disappointed in that. Come on. I literally love reviewing this for like the first couple years that I did content. It would be so funny just seeing Alexander Barkov as the most underrated player every single season. No real shocks in this. Outside of maybe Vasilevsky and Shesterkin being ahead of Connor Hellebuyck, but again, given the playoff success, I somewhat understand where the players are coming from in terms of that. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think about this? Do you think Sidney Crosby's still the most complete player in the NHL? Which rule change? I think the rule change one is by far the most interesting of all questions. Do you think Connor Hellebuyck's the best goalie in the NHL? Who's your most underrated player in the NHL? I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.